Hey, what's going on, guys? My class got canceled this morning, and I had a couple of rants I was going through in my head. I decided against going for it, but I still just wanted to talk to people and see what's going on. So, hey guys, what is going on? Is there any questions you want to ask me or about anything? It could be military related. Maybe it could be about, I don't know. We could talk about music. Who likes music here? That's my kitty cat, by the way. That's JoJo. Like, I got up this morning and I wasn't feeling so hot. I hate waking up in the morning anyway. Drive all the way to class and then teacher's sick or something, so I have to come all the way back. And in my head, I'm just kind of going around and around about different topics, and I'm like, oh man, I had this thing on patriotism. I kind of wanted to let out, and yeah, I kind of decided against it, so I didn't. So let's talk about this. Do you know any Navy mates that had sex with other mates while deployed? Yes, nearly all of them. Uh, there are not nearly all. I mean, people are married to people outside, but they're yeah. It's we yeah. I've always existed in the Navy. That was a mixed company, and of course, not that it matters to some people, mixed company or not. But yeah, like people hook up on ships all the time. Uh, that's what happens when you have a mixed crew, male and female. So, that was the Nimitz. On watch, we got a couple having sex on the intake of an F-14. Unlucky Eddie. Uh, yeah, I've never heard of it being done there, but yeah, I was on a carrier, and for sure, people found all sorts of strange and unusual places to get down on. So definitely not nothing new. Definitely not nothing new in the universe either. People will have sex regardless of what's going on. That's just kind of human nature, I guess. Yeah, I know this is like early morning for East Coast, so I was kind of looking at my early birds, retirees, and people overseas here, just kind of seeing what they're up to at my time 10:10 in the morning. I was listening to all right, Mondo wants to be a master at arms in the Navy. He said you didn't join to have sex on a ship. Uh, yeah, probably a good idea because that does get you in trouble. But yeah, security job, pretty cool. I think I've like and obviously I haven't dealt extensively with all of them, but I always thought the Navy Master at Arms were one of the better security forces. They're not as complete dickish as I've seen like Army and Marines. I've seen a lot of the Air Force. I've definitely seen the Navy's they're kind of cooler about it. Yeah, Paul Blart Malkoff, you're right, Eddie. That's kind of how they kind of similar, but you do have to follow procedure and do a lot of military type crap. But overall, no, like they're your shipmates, so having a closer bond like that, I think makes you a little less of a standoffish kind of dick than other security forces or even the civilian police. Even excluding small town. DoD cops are dicks on Norfolk base. All right. Never been in Norfolk. Never plan on going to Norfolk. I specifically avoided the East Coast just for that reason. I've not heard anything good about Norfolk, but I'm a West Coast sailor, so yeah, it goes to show like I only heard bad things about the East Coast. I've definitely heard a few things that were not so bad. Yeah, like one of my earliest friends, Kevin, my first ship. He was a master at arms. He was cool as shit. And another guy, Samuel Gregory, also cool guy. Like we used to all hang out all the time. You know, and then and back being a junior sailor at the time, they kind of they kind of gave me the lowdown on like how to be cool with other master at arms, and some were going to be cool. You know, some are just dicks. That's the nature of the beast. So. Always make friends with people in supply, medical, and security. Probably a good idea to make friends everywhere. Friends in admin are good too. Friends in my job. Media. Not a bad idea either. 6 years Norfolk, 3 years Yokosuka. I was on Yokosuka on the Blue Ridge way back in the day. That was my first ship. Yeah, you never know when you're going to need a friend. I mean, maybe a crypto guy is, it's like, or an intel guy, like maybe that's not going to be helpful, but you never know. It is just a good thing to be friendly, I guess. But I can definitely tell you from my standpoint as being a guy that's media and admin. Hey, Joseph. ABH. Does anything anybody want that didn't have anything anybody wanted? Yeah, I guess I had ABH friends. I guess I never called on them for a some kind of help for anything particular other than ESWA or air warfare signatures. I guess that's another thing too. It's like the more friends you have and you're trying to get your pins, that's definitely the more people you know, the better off you're going to be. Yeah, get your quals done. I got both my pins on the Stennis. I did not get a pin on my first ship, Blue Ridge. So I wasn't planning on staying in, and I thought it was a waste of my time. Once I decided I was making a career of it, I went and got both done on one ship. So, and I've heard it varies from ship to ship. Like my ESWAS was definitely pretty damn hard on the Stennis, but my air warfare was kind of nothing. How does the Navy treat inter-service marriage when both spouses are on the same ship? They move one. If you get married and both of you are still stationed there, you're kind of fucking the Navy, and they're forced to move one of you off it because they can't do that. So I've definitely seen situations where people did that on purpose to get one of them moved off somewhere else. But most people I know actually waited till they transferred to marry. Do you remember the rest of it? Like Ichibaya? I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. It faded off my screen there too quiet. Didn't sound familiar from what little I read of that. Where are you guys from? I saw one guy was from Norfolk. I am in Decatur, Georgia. That's where I was born and where I moved back to after I retired. Washington man. Well, I'm state of Washington, I imagine. Stephen Vaughn. So, favorite British metal band? You are a metal fan. Yes, I'm actually wearing a Slayer T-shirt at the moment. Fucking Utah. Sorry. My favorite British metal band? I gotta go with the Kings. I gotta go with Black Sabbath. Florida. All right. Aussie. Got an Aussie in here. California born and raised. I spent half my adult life in California. San Diego twice and Lemoore. Land of the Mormons. I hope you enjoy it. I've only stopped through there briefly on Lucky Eddie. You definitely sound unlucky and not happy about it. Sorry, Bren. A big fan of a metal band out of Birmingham called Cathedral, a doom metal band from back in the day. Long Beach Island, New Jersey. Interesting. Visited there. I got friends in Jersey. One of my best friends from my first ship lives in Jersey. Where could you live if you really wanted to, if you're not happy where you were? If you saw my last video, you know I wasn't happy to be in Arkansas. But I do visit on occasion because my brother's sister and my mom live there. New Hampshire. I've never heard that in my life. Like, oh man, you know where I really wanted to be? New Hampshire. Well, to each his own, I guess. I don't think. I mean, I've never heard anyone say that they wanted to go to Delaware. So, how do I feel about the upcoming Transformers movie? It looks slightly better than the last, but that's not saying a whole lot. I mean, I really wish they'd just get it out of Michael's Bay's hand and give it to somebody who's going to do a little something more from it. North Dakota. Holy crap. What's in North Dakota? I think my buddy who joined the Air Force and was a nuke for the Air Force was stationed in North Dakota. That's the only thing I know about it. It's like asking which turd looks better. You know, well, I guess that goes in line with shining a turd or putting lipstick on a pig. I know nothing about New Hampshire. Like, it's just a state I've heard about. Kind of like Delaware. It's one of those two states I'm just like, I never hear shit about. North Dakota, not much better, but you know, at least I know, like, well, it's probably kind of bare and mountainous. I'd like to just live somewhere I don't have neighbors for miles. Yeah, you can move to where I went to high school in northeast Arkansas. We didn't, you know, our nearest neighbor was, yeah, close to a mile away. Long old dirt roads. It was not the life for me. I like having a community. I like having people to talk to. That's me personally, though. I know everybody's different. New Hampshire is a good state. No income tax or sales tax. That's cool. Nevada's like that too, and plus they have Vegas. So if I had to choose for a state like that, I'd go to Nevada myself. Plus legal weed. Let's not lie here. Vets pay half the property tax. That's not bad. I'll give you that one. I'll say, here, little interesting topic. I was thinking about the terms of patriotism. All right. Well, another question. What do you consider impacts school service on kids? Charging schools, garrison, non-various cities, disruption of moving. Uh, yeah, it's tough, but those kids, if they start off, if they've done it their whole lives, it's something they're just used to, and often they make friends. You know, even if they have to move, a lot of times, like they move somewhere and there's friends they had from other schools. It's not as bad as it seems, and they're just kind of used to it. Am I going to do a video debunking Crimson Tide? It's on my list. That's one I'd have to research on, just because I am, you know, so, you know, lacking in submarine knowledge. And I know whatever I do, you know, I'd have a ton of submariner guys just giving me shit. So, you know, it's something I would definitely consider, just because you know, there's reasons to do what you do. I tend to stick to surface Navy just because that's what I know the best. You know, the first one I ever did was a Marine movie, and you know, I've taken my lumps on that one, and a lot of people liked it too. So, most build a career in the military. Don't plan to if you don't mind asking, who decide to do a career in the Navy. Yeah, I was. I actually got out and came back in. Part of me just fell in love with it. I decided to rejoin because I missed it and I got laid off and I got a job I liked. Yeah, no, I'm not saying it doesn't suck all the time, Eddie. Just I knew a lot of kids who had just talking to the kids on base, and a lot of them, they didn't seem to mind it that much. The shit motors are the same as city state sport teams. No, I don't know that. That's part of my lack of knowledge. If that's a thing in the submariner community, it's something I wouldn't know because my knowledge on the subs are limited. Says anyone ever feel like they're unjustly maligned on how they feel because they did one thing or the other? Yeah, it was a bubblehead. Yeah, I bet he bet. I've heard people complain about that movie for being completely unrealistic. Yeah, I got close to higher tenure just because of my broken service. I got dropped down a rank, and I had to make first class quicker than I thought. But luckily, I did, and I got to stay in and do my 20. You know, the pressures of broken service and/or getting busted the more traditional way, i.e., getting in trouble. No, I was not chief material. Straight up, I was good at my job, and once I made first class, I realized I wasn't able or personally capable of reaching that level. It's for some people. It's not for other people. But shout outs to all the people who have achieved that. That's cool. I'm glad you were able to do that and be a leadership. Missed BM2 by 0.137 on my last exam. I missed JO3 when I came back in by zero point 0.1. I feel you. Anyone play sports after they left the Navy? Not one personally. But I watched a GI Joe show rated TVMA. Yeah, the GI Joe Absolute was fairly close. It was PG-13. It was pretty good. Warren Ellis wrote it. Had some issues. I like GI Joe Renegades a lot. I thought that was a really good show and did not get its proper credit. And it was like I think TV 14 on the much missed Hasbro channel back in the day. Of course, my main love goes back to Real American Hero, the original Shipwreck. That's what I grew up on. That's what I love the most. The movies were okay. I'd love to see the brand redone and try to figure out how to make it work and be successful, like Transformers is. Any vets on here that had to move a lot with pets? How was your experience with that? I've moved with cats since my second duty station, and it's always been a pain in the fucking ass. And we never got a dog just for that reason, because that would have been way too much trouble. Now we're looking to get a dog. Guards, Guardian, inaccurate Simons. Coast Guard. Yeah, I do respect the hell out of the Coast Guards. They're a really tough branch. I've never seen John Wayne's The Fighting Seabees. I don't think I knew that movie existed. I want to check that out now. Actually, I do like John Wayne. My last duty station, I had to move over from military brat with 3 dogs. It was a pain in the butt. Yeah, I had to move with 3 cats to Japan from San Diego. It sucked. I hated putting my kid through that. Robotech. I love Robotech. Robotech is awesome. It's on Netflix now. They've included a few extra scenes like Minmay showering naked, which I was watching with my kid. Did not expect that. I'm like, hey there, naked Minmay. It's just like, look, son, your culture. He's half Japanese, so I don't know. I like that top. That pops up a lot. Yeah, hatred for Minmay. It's you love her or you hate her. I was rooting for Lisa the entire way, so I was happy with how it ended. I've read the novels too, and how it goes past the Sentinels and all that. I was a Robotech junkie as a teenager. In the novels, she ends up with Kyle on a deserted island at the very end of the story. Robotech pilot costume up. Australian Army makes it pretty easy for relocation of pets. Yeah, I'd imagine you probably guys have a lot less bases and you don't go overseas as much. Someday I had an Australian officer on the Blue Ridge in Japan. So definitely a few Aussies go out beyond and just the continent, I suppose. The worst thing was just going overseas with pets is you have to board them on in the carriers and you can't see them, they're down below, and when they hit turbulence there's nothing you can do for them. You don't know how badly they're feeling, and they get out and they never eat or drink or even shit. Where did I go through in my time? I was in Yokosuka on the Blue Ridge. I was in Lemoore, California at the maintenance school. I was on the John C. Stennis in San Diego, and then we moved up to Bremerton, Washington for a year before I got off. I was in Millington, Tennessee, recruiting headquarters. I went back to San Diego to fund the New Orleans, and then I went to Iwakuni, Japan as a production slash operations manager for a AFN. Going back on that, I became a shellback on the Blue Ridge in '97. Yeah, the quarantine is a pain in the ass. We managed to avoid quarantine. I don't know if that's a technical issue. If it's cutting in and out, I'm sorry. I'm doing this off my iPhone. Okay, some people having audio issues, some people don't. That might be your own connection. All right, seems to be just you, Navy guy. Saw you comment on my last video, so thank you. John McCain, 2008 Shellback. What's the for all the people who did Shellback? Did you think it was uh, what it was cracked up to be? Mine was lame. I'll admit it. I had the lamest Shellback ceremony. I think that was just being the Blue Ridge and being a flagship. Put a delay on my video. Oh, you're the only one who seems to be having issues, man. I'm sorry. 22 in the CBs. You were an SW, obviously. Respect the hell out of CBs. That's a hard job. You have a grandfather's shellback certificate from World War II. That's badass, dude. I have my dad's DD-214. He's a Force Recon Marine. It's so much for 20 years. There's so much shit on it. Wasn't as gross as you expected. Yeah, I kind of had the same experience. Blue Ridge's job: command and control. It's the flagship. It's the Seventh Fleet Command. In his day, it was a communication hub. David Henderson went through. They actually whipped you with shillelaghs. Yeah, that's kind of what I was expecting, and I didn't get that. The worst thing that happened was stuff that wasn't supposed to be done, that was unofficial, like, drinking a whole bottle of hot sauce, or just the hazing I got in the berthing before we went to the official quote unquote thing. Both my grandfathers, my dad, and mom served in the Navy during the Vietnam. I was thinking of joining sometime after I graduate. All right. There's an HT and a bosun's mate in the U.S. Navy and the Coast Guard. Cool. How's Chow in the Navy? Terrible. Hoping my son will be a sailor. Just hoping to join the Air Force. I have a son myself. I don't care what he does. If he wants to go to the military, that's cool. If he wants to go, go to college and do something else, that's cool too. I just hope he's not working at McDonald's, after he graduates high school and has no plan. Naval chow is superb. I don't know, Mad Dog CB, what the fuck chow you're eating. Base chow, I guess. Yeah, base chow is pretty good. I can tell you that ship chow has never been good. I'd figure you guys get fucking a lot of MREs out in the fucking field. MREs aren't fucking terrible, by the way. Maybe if you're a little older, maybe in your day, the old sea rats probably sucked. I got 2 CBs on here. Have I ever been seasick? I've been seasick once. It was the first time I ever hit rough seas in the Blue Ridge. The Blue Ridge rocks terribly. Like, people get fucking sick all the time on that boat. But no, as a rule, I don't get motion sickness. So I did it one time. I just ate spaghetti. We hit the rough waters of the Sea of Japan. I threw up and ever since, never had a problem. Yeah, food gave me the shits a lot of times. Marine MRE is the best, just a box of crayons. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, Air Force definitely has the best chow. Light deck box lunches, yep, they weren't too bad. Yeah, Blue Ridge wasn't a small ship. It was it was large, but it was one screw V bottom. That's why it rocked, and it was because of its size. It made it rock a lot. I'm a red guy. I love the red crayon. It's just fucking tasty. Plus, you can get a little lipstick look on after you finish it. So I definitely love that. Subs have the best food. I've heard that before. Sounds weird. Creole Mac, Chili Mac. God damn, that shit's fucking nasty. The barbecue beef cubes and Chili Mac is like my worst 2 fucking meals on the ship. I fucking hate that shit. I mean, I'd love steak night, even if it was like the most toughest fucking been frozen forever steaks. You put enough A1 on it, it was fucking fantastic. Sometimes you get a fucking decently fresh steak. It was great. MREs, like I said, I like the meatloaf, but it does give you the fucking runs. That's the worst. That's like the best and worst MRE in my experience. Red toilet seats? No, I've never seen that. We had regular porcelain toilets. No running stream below us either. I've heard that from like way back in the day. You like Chili Mac? That's you. That's on you, man. That's definitely not my thing. Cannot fucking stand the Chili Mac. If you had HIV, you were not in. No, yeah, you got kicked out if you had HIV. I've never really known anyone that had it personally, just what I've heard. Perpetual recall on powdered shakes. Well, don't know exactly what that means. Pretty interesting. We got 2 CBs on here, so hey guys. Said love the CBs. You guys are cool. Phantom shitters. Oh yes, I've definitely had my phantom shitters. The carrier was the worst. They would shit in fucking hook eyes in the middle of the fucking flight in the hangar bay, which was amazing how they got away with that, because things are going on 24/7. SOS. Yeah, I like SOS actually. But yeah, Phantom Shitters. We had someone took a on the Blue Ridge took a dump on the ceremonial quarterdeck somehow. Just a bright shining fucking turd. We also had people who were throwing glow sticks overboard in the middle of the night just to wake everybody up and make them do a fucking man overboard. Captain eventually stopped it, right? He just said, like, okay, we know you guys are doing it on purpose. It was some guy on night crew just hated life and wanted to fuck with everybody. So they eventually was like, yeah, you fall overboard in the middle of the night, and you're fucked, basically. You just throw a bag of trash overboard with a glow stick on it or a chem light thing on it, and yeah, the aft lookout would fucking see it, and yeah, they call man overboard, and everyone had to wake up whatever fucking time it was and fucking do a man overboard drill. Now we're just bullshitting Topside Planet. Ask anything you want. Military, music, cats. That's my cat Jojo. Say hi, Jojo. My other cat, the giant fat Maine Coon, must be upstairs somewhere. I'm just fucking bored and wanted to bullshit. We swapped rats, MRE for serum rooms or something else. Wow, interesting, Mabby. Very vaguely, I've worked with the CBs here and there. Knocked yourself out of a rack when we had a plus lower man overboard. Yeah, I hated being woke up 3. I woke up at 3 a.m. before. Yeah, I was a yeoman my first 6 years. You know, JoJo's a cool cat. I like her. Favorite classic car? I'm a Corvette guy. 74 Corvette's my favorite. If I had to get a classic car, that's what I'd get. Have you ever heard of Sabaton? I've vaguely heard of him, yeah. Also, your name sounds like Steve Vai, which I like. I was in the Navy 20 years. You ever fall for batteries for sound power telephones, HC Punch? I've never fell for them, but I knew of them. 50 feet of gig line, some fallopian tubing, go get the mail buoy. Yeah, I know all of them. Fire extinguisher blow-offs in the hall of the barracks. Yeah, and that was in training school that people fuck with the fire extinguishers on occasion, come back drunk 2 a.m. on a Saturday night or something. Pipe stretchers. That's a new one. Never heard that one. That must be a CB thing. No, never did a blanket party. I got hazed in boot camp for holding up the line and getting our division yelled at for trying to pick and choose cereal, and I had to go flush a piece of toilet paper like every 15 minutes one night. PKP. Very corrosive. Below the DCA. Well, that would depend on the DCA, I think, whether he got upset or not. His time in the ER was well deserved. Okay. Sometimes people gotta get trained. You know, the difference between hazing and correcting is a fine line. I always say. I would not drink something that would make my piss glow, Matt B. Lactose intolerant in the Navy, yeah. I know a lot of guys that are lactose intolerant. Then they still ate pizza and farted up the fucking hotel room or the fucking berthing. I know a few vegetarians that somehow survived. I don't think you could do it as a vegan. I'll say that. That would be nearly impossible. Med allergies depends on what it is. Was Shipwreck the reason I joined the Navy? No. Watch my last video, I explain it there. But he was my favorite character. Yeah, pizza party made you feel like a fifth grader for when you got it in boot camp. Yeah, but at the same time, it still fucking rocked. Because it wasn't Great Lakes chow, or, I don't know when you went through. But no, I fucking love that pizza. I remember eating that whole pizza to this day. Oh yeah, it was always rumored like anytime we suddenly had surf and turf, we were about to get screwed on deployment. It happened to me once or twice, but most of the time it was a false alarm. Mail buoy, yeah, stood that. I've seen people stood that. So your own experience being like Radar or Klinger? No, it was nowhere near that cool. None of my officers were as cool as Hawkeye. So, or Colonel Potter. No, I didn't go to Six Flags on Town Pass. I did. I lived next to Six Flags growing up in Georgia. So no, I was with my parents, and then the last day I was with one of my buddies from boot camp. This guy named DeWitt, and we went and got deep dish, and we hung with a couple of his friends who drove over from Michigan. But my boot camp stories will be coming. If you like the last video, I was actually thinking about actually recalling everything that happened when I just first processed in boot camp, and amazing what I remember. Stream refuses to load, so now I gotta go. All right, thanks for hanging out there, Mad Dog. Captain had everyone drop fishing lines and fish. That's fucking cool. That's some old school stuff. Yeah, I guess living near the base, you'd see a lot of boot campers. Oh, people fucking dislike everything. I don't fucking take it personally. You want to dislike it? Fuck it. You want to fucking You want to unsubscribe from me? I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna do this channel the way I do it, and I said this is fucking beer money. I'm not, desperate for everyone to be my goddamn friend. That's funny. Fucking around on the 1MC always fun. What kind of class is canceled? What? I don't know what that means. I'm from Massachusetts, went to Orlando, then California. Okay. Yeah, they just closed San Diego and Orlando when I came in. But I would have gone to Great Lakes regardless because I was from Arkansas. Even though they flew me to Texas first. And I'll tell that story on my boot camp day. Oh, my class is canceled. Yeah, I'm in college. I'm supposed to go to a anatomy class today. My doc was sick, so I came back home and was just fucking bored. Decided to go bullshit with some my subscribers. Instead of having to look at my ugly face, I thought I'd just show you my kitty cat. Also, I need a beard trim pretty bad, so. All right, Stephen Vaughn. Thanks for hanging out. All right, let's go a little five or 10 more minutes until everyone gets bored. Ask me some questions, bring up some topics. Doesn't have to be military. So if you want to talk some music, let's talk some fucking let's talk some other shit. If you want to talk politics, I'll very awkwardly pacing. Sorry, man. Hunt for Red October. Someone just brought that up. On the list. Yeah, Orlando's the base just closed down. Okay. My Easter didn't do shit. I took my kid egg hunting in the local neighborhood. Habits of the retarded. Oops, the retired. That's fucking funny, dude. You want to start a fight? Fuck yeah. I'm going to jiu-jitsu class tomorrow. I'm getting trained up. I'm gonna be an MMA fucking killer here, man. Opinions of Trump's first 100 days. I thought he fucking did a terrible job. I truly do pray, even though I don't like him, I truly pray he does the best. Man, this question's fast. First Anthrax album, first opinion of the first Anthrax album, Fistful of Metal. No, I'm not a fan. Definitely better when they got Joey. I'm actually a bigger fan of John Bush. The Antifa got her shit stomped. Yeah. Kind of fucked up. Don't like seeing a man hit a woman no matter what the fucking situation is. I'm sure, like, my political opinions will make some people not like me. Oh, fucking well. Yeah, I agree. Damned if you do, damned if you don't. I think we might have got the worst damnation of both of them, but was not a fan of either. Mo beer for salty. Don't trust me, I'll get some. We should have voted for Vermin Supreme. Fuck the Eagles. The Eagles suck. Hope they fucking all die in a fire. They made the 70s 20% worse. Santana's awesome. Probably lose more subscribers over hating on the Eagles than criticizing Trump, actually. I know there's a lot of Eagles fans out there. Cure's great. Love the Cure back in the day. Favorite beer, Kentucky Bourbon Barrel Ale. It's the finest thing you'll ever get. Clash is fucking awesome. Green Bay Packer fan. I'm not a huge football guy. I'm a Falcons guy by default. Boy, that Super Bowl was fucking heartbreaking. But my sport of choice is MMA. Eagle comment went too far. I figured it. Yeah, enjoy your tequila sunrise there on at Hotel California, buddy. Cool. I'd love to taste it, Eddie. Yeah, thanks, man. I appreciate that. I'm just trying different things with this channel. If I got time, I'm just gonna do stuff like this. If people like it, cool. If people don't, fuck off, I guess. I'm tired of. I don't want to try to please everybody. It's not my intention. I'm going to do this what I want to do and what I feel is makes me excited or entertained or amused. You said you were in Vegas. I have a problem going there. Oh. Favorite Transformer is a character from the new comic book called Rung. He doesn't even have a toy yet. He's a psychologist. It's a chill live stream compared to other people's live streams. I've seen some cool ones. Mike Matai from Angry Video Game Nerd. He does really cool video streams for video games. I like it. Why do I hate the Eagles so much? I think they're fucking useless. They're boring and shitty. Rum ham, yes. It's rum. It's ham with a bunch of rum in it. Fucking love Always Sunny. Cat is not dead. She is taking a nap. See? Jetfire? Yeah. Jetfire was just the name of the toy. My favorite drink... I don't know what you mean. I said my favorite beer was... other than that, I like orange juice, I guess. Coke Zero. Like mixed drink, cocktail. Old fashioned, probably. I like a little bit of bourbon here and there. Next job after Yeoman was journalist, which got merged into the mass communications job. Hell yeah, I remember some Chew Highs. I love me some Chew Highs. I miss some Chew Highs. I'm on a fan page of Chew Highs, to tell you the truth. Now my cat's awake and wondering what the fuck I just woke her up for. Snack honeybee across the main gate. Yep. Remember that. You have a strange nipple hair that keeps glowing, keeps growing. Oh, I don't know. Pluck it, I guess. Have a weird long hair that grows off my left earlobe. Favorite G.I. Joe is Shipwreck. Stick dog joint, yep. Ate there many times on Shore Patrol. Best snack in MRE? I like the jalapeno cheese. Also liked it when I got Skittles, because I just like Skittles. If you see my belly, you would understand that. I like M&M's okay. My son in his Easter haul has a shit ton of M&M's. I'll probably be helping him finish those. Did I like PT in the Navy? I liked it on my own. I liked working out. As a group, not particularly. Remember a bald called Popeye? Do I know Popeyes? That's hilarious because I lived in Popeyes my 3.5 years there. Me and Taxon were pretty tight. Many a suffering bastard were had. Couldn't stand PT or duty days. Yeah, but it was part of the fucking job. He's like, just some of that shit you just had to fucking suck up. At my most fit, my best PT score, my mid-20s was probably a outstanding medium. Yeah, strong drink and cheap at Popeyes. Yep, the suffering bastard to get a Jack and Coke that was 90% fucking Jack. And the bar was a fucking dive. It was a fucking dump. It looked like shit, but they blared heavy metal music and you got cheap drinks that were fucking strong in content. It was the best. And Taxon's just a fucking character. He's still there, and his daughter runs it half the time. Weirdest Navy ritual tradition you participated? I don't think any. I don't know what's considered weird. Maybe I've been in too long. Shellback ceremony, tacking on the crow. You know, that the tacking on the crow thing has kind of gone away, which is sad. And I know it's hazing or whatnot, and it's not totally cool because people take it too far, but. It was a sign of pride. You had a big fucking bruise on your arm. The next day after you made especially third class. I took it as a sign of pride. Yeah, my cat's sleeping with her heads up. She falls asleep like sitting on her haunches sometimes too. She's a weird cat. Best movie of 2017. I don't think I've seen anything so far that I think is just amazing. Most of the movies I see is like I go take my kids to see something. My kid. Booze is allowed for Japan now, I believe. Star Wars is a way to go. I don't know. I just saw the Smurfs movie with my kid. It was very Smurfy. God, I'm trying to even think. I can't even recall off the top of my head what movies I've seen lately. When did you leave the Navy? Last year. I retired in January or February of last year. Will you say oi if I sub you? Oi, oi, oi! Sure, man. Next big movie I'm looking forward to, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, probably. I like the new trailer for Thor Ragnarok. Ever met any Burley sailors? I don't think so. Aussie and Canadian, yeah. Logan, I did not see Logan. I've heard that is really, really good, and I am a big Wolverine fan. My son's middle name is Logan, so I should go see it at some point. I just missed it. All right, see you, man. Bosun locker treatment. Yep. Fan room training, all that fun stuff. Justice League, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. G.I. Jane is probably my next military movie bullshit. And it's been a long time since I've seen it, so I'm kind of looking forward to rewatching it. Yeah, they could shit the bed with Justice League. Oof. Jane and Jane. Run and do taxes. You go do that, still worker. Thanks, man. It's my new house. Just bought it. People that talk about drinking, I think I will have a beer since I've nothing better to do today. Sweetwater 420, local Atlanta beer. You skip class for this? What the fuck's wrong with you? Go to class, dude. I live in Decatur, Georgia. VBSS team. That sounds familiar. I'm trying to remember what the fuck VBSS means. Sorry. His mom. Repeat that, Uncle Eddie. I must have missed the unlucky Eddie. Vacation Bible School servant. Sounds. No, it's Jesus. Oh, yeah, Decatur. It's a city right outside of Atlanta. My mom lives in Cherokee Village, Arkansas, currently. Please don't stalk her. So my mom could probably whoop your ass. Even at 79. Visit board search and seeds. Yes, I've done time with them as a photographer. That's why I know the term. Yeah, my last ship I worked with them quite a bit. The VBSS I thought was the most badass was Cambodians. Those little guys are like, they must weigh like $110 each. Like they can rope and get on a fucking ship like ridiculously fast. I'd be scared as shit to be boarded by Cambodians. Yeah, I've done 6 years in Japan altogether. I like Japan a lot. I mean, I married one, so obviously. It's been a lot of fun. I didn't think I would go this long. You guys keep talking, and I'm appreciative. I love Metallica's last album. That was the best thing they've done since the Black Album. Yeah, call me a fucking otaku one more time, Dick. Yeah, Somali Pirates. I did do a mission with those. Actually, we had SEALs on board for it. After Death Magnetic, the new one. I didn't. Death Magnetic was okay. But I actually like Saint Anger a little bit, so and I know I'm in a minority there. But there's some good songs on that, despite the shitty uh, snare drum, the shitty snare that Lars has going on in that. Yeah, Hardwired for Destruction's the name of the new Metallica one, I believe. It's fantastic. It's Master of Puppets ish. I've never seen Maiden live. I would love to. They don't do the States very much because they don't make as much money here as they do in South America and Europe. I love the Foo. Dave Grohl's the fucking man. I'm a little gay for Grohl. I gotta admit it. Malmanville. Huh. I want, if they're coming to Atlanta, I'm going to go see them. I'm about to go to North Carolina for a Primus and Clutch show. So, if it's something I really want to see, I'll travel. I saw the Big Four in South California a couple of years ago. It's one of the best shows I ever saw. The Last Ship. I'm not familiar with that, Jonathan. I'm always tickled when people comment on my T-shirts, so I've actually gone on my way to buy more rock shirts just to keep it interesting. Favorite song of what, Topside? Charlotte, June 9th. I think it's a week after the Clutch and Primus show, so I would probably have to miss that, unfortunately. Jesus. I should see them soon before they get too old to fucking do this shit anymore. Foo Fighters, Everlong, the acoustic version. Stacked Actors is fucking great too. Good song, Let It Die. Dave Grohl once finished a fucking Tennessee, huh? I'll have to look it up, man. Thanks. Anybody, there's an act that you can't see now live because they're broken up or passed. Too many members are dead or whatever. Like I'll never see Typo Negative. I'll never see quite a few things. Nickelback fan, Jonathan. That's some bold statements. There's a lot of people who don't. I don't give a shit about them one way or the other, but yeah, Motorhead. Oh my god, I'll never see. I've met Lemmy. I met him at the Rainbow in LA, but I never saw Motorhead live. And hopefully, Danzig and the boys do more Misfits shows, and I can see them live. I have a Misfits fucking tattoo. I also have a Dead Kennedys tattoo, but I'm never going to see them with Jello. That's just never going to fucking happen. Maybe I'll see Jello, but I'll never see a true Dead Kennedy show, and I refuse to go to a bullshit Dead Kennedy show. I'll never see a Black Flag show. Fucking love Dio, man. Yeah, Jimmy. I'll never see Jimi Hendrix. Jimmy was a fucking man. Older I get, the more I appreciate what he did on guitar. Right, yes, I don't care about them one way or the other. They got a couple okay songs, but I know people fucking hate on them all the time. Like they're the worst thing from God. But like kind of how I feel about the Eagles. But I'm like, are they really that fucking bad? Jesus Christ. Jimmy got kicked out of the. Jimmy was airborne I think he was in combat. He got kicked out for something though. I think yeah. I don't know if it was for jacking it too much. It was something weird. Always interesting with the old days of music and entertainment. So many people were had served just because of that era, the 40s and 50s. You know, like Ed Wood of all people, also airborne. You know, cross-dressing shitty movie maker, and yeah, he was fucking airborne. He bragged he jumped out of a fucking airplane wearing lingerie under his fucking uniform. I never heard Bob Ross served. I love Three Doors Down. Also, Three Doors Down's a Navy band. They met in the Navy. Kryptonite's one of my go-to karaoke songs. Don't really know Breaking Benjamin or Shine Down that well. One of my good friends, she's a huge fan of both those bands. Yeah, they should be called Three Hatches Down. I agree. But also remember Fred Durst was in the Navy too, so take the good with the bad. Also Bill Cosby, also MC Hammer, the late great Charlie Murphy, all Navy vets. Another band people hate on in the metal community, Five Finger Death Punch, which I don't get. I think they're good. What's up, Jack? We're just bullshitting. Ask whatever you want to ask. People still want to talk, I'll just stay on here. I got nothing else better to do. I'm supposed to be in class right now, but it got canceled. So enjoy this video stream of my cat. No, I've not seen Generation Kill. It's been recommended to me quite a few times. Interesting to see all the metal fans on here. Messed up your knee? Sorry, man. I'm on hiatus from my journalism job because they don't have fucking money right now. Journalism world sucks right now. I got called in one time this month for an emergency thing my boss couldn't carry, and he found the money to pay me. Free Fire. Don't know him. Not done a VA claim. Fucking right, metal, Olga. I like 90s gangster rap too. Large difference between a Medal of Honor and a VC? I mean, Medal of Honor is just the highest award you can get. That's, you know, a lot of people judge what was above and beyond. Victoria Cross? Yeah, I don't know enough about that one. The Medal of Honor is just, you know, I've heard so many brave stories of people who didn't even earn the Medal of Honor. They got something lower. You know, I just feel Medal of Honor is deserved for something. Basically, you went and you did something that, you know, could have almost guaranteed your death, and it did make you die, but you did it out of pure selflessness. That's how I view the Medal of Honor. Yeah, I don't know about the Victory Cross, so if that's equivalent, then, you know, awesome. Those are people who are, I think some, obviously the most brave and unselfish people in the world. Original G.I. Joe is yeah, Joe. God, I'm forgetting his last name. Yeah, I think I've heard that before too. Joe Colson. Wake up, JoJo. Say hi to everybody. Joe Dirt. I thought they were making a sequel to Joe Dirt. What happened to that?
Kitty cat.
Oh, there's my kitty. Here's my other one. It's my big fat Maine Coon. This is Tora. Hi, Tora. About 17 pounds of cat right there. I have one kid. As far as I know. They were 12-inch G.I. Joes, by the way, Eddie. All right. Hardwired for Self-Destruct. Great fucking album. Good purchase. Yeah, that was my first favorite band when I got into metal as a kid. Ever been to Luckenbach, Texas? Nope. Yeah, they were all the same. G.I. Joes are all the same size as the Star Wars guys. Least favorite is Load from Metallica albums. A couple of good songs, but yeah, that was an abortion. No, my cat has fucking left. No, I have nothing to show you guys. And yeah, the Blood and Semen for the album covers. Yeah, it was both for Load and Reload. Try not to shake it so much to give you guys seasickness. Ever listen to Skillet? Yes, I have. I get so self-conscious of sitting here staring at myself. Oh, look at that wild gray hair. Yep, Slayer shirt. All right, well, I think I'm going to wrap this up in about 5 minutes. So, guys have anything for me? Let me know. Or talk amongst yourselves. Cool. I've seen Slayer 3 times. Cool, Mike. Miles, have a good day. Jonathan, watch my last video. I kind of pointed out, why I joined the Navy. You were the guy with the black t-shirt? Awesome. Yeah, I think I saw you. All Victoria Crosses are made from the cannon captured in the Crimean War. No, my TV is not secured for sea. It's very unstable. My house goes to sea, it's going to fall over, amongst lots of other things. All right, well, if that's it, guys. I hope you had a good time. I'm going to turn this off now, and I'm going to go do some online homework, I guess. Something to do. Hope you guys had a good time and enjoyed this. I think this is pretty fun. Maybe I'll do it again in the future pretty soon. So that's it for the Salty Seaman. Great talking to you guys. This was a lot of fun. See you later. Peace.